What's up, guys? Pixel Pilgrim back at you again with another indie game that I just picked up. Slay the Princess. I don't really know what the game's about other than the obvious. Slay the Princess. In the description it does say some type of horror game, which I'll admit I'm pretty awful with horror games. But it looks really interesting, so I kind of want to just try it out, see how it goes. Because why not, you know? So let's begin. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Right. Oh, you can move around a bit.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, very ominous. Okay. Explore the end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe...
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Right. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. Do you have any evidence to back this up? Oh, there's holy crap-a-loni. Okay, I see what it is. So it's probably a redo to find different endings. I should remember. Alright, this first one I'm gonna just go with whatever I feel. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to the end of the world is because she's locked up? Killing a person seems kind of bad though. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's bad, as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this
Good.
over.
As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
Alright, let's try this.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I am loving the art style, I will admit.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Alright.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Huh?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Well, since I just said yes, then I guess proceeding to the cabin. What am I expecting? Probably a pretty princess.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I did not mean to click. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Right. Enter the basement. Ooh, now I have a knife in my hand. That's
The
kind
door
of
to
cool.
the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Okay, so voice of the hero is me.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi. Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue down the stairs. We'll start with hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Oh.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, just because she's pretty doesn't mean she ain't bad.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yes. I'm just here to talk. I haven't decided yet. Nuh-uh-uh. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we should. We should just drop the blade.
Nah, I don't want
Don't
to.
you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I kind of want to just kill her in cold blood.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
All right.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward,
Don't know if
your
I
grip
should
on the
be.
blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
All right. I'm gonna kill you.
Oh,
With this
No
knife.
talking then?
Yeah.
Fine.
You're gonna die.
What even makes you think you can kill me?
That's a good question.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Well,
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I've decided I'm just going for it. Spore, what if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm not dropping the blade. I'm just going for it.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh, she got me. We're at an impasse. Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade. Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run
Oh.
her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can
Well.
feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt!
Yeah.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
This is so cool.
We can still turn this around.
Oh boy. Give up, finish the job, flee, and lock her in the basement. Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there?
Yeah.
If the princess doesn't do our friend in
Wait,
herself,
I have-
internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Hold on, look at my fingernails. I am a monster. Look at that.
The two of you clash for the final time.
Oh.
You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your
Yeah,
blade
got
deep into
close.
the princess's heart.
Oh,
Yep.
The two of you fall to the floor.
I'm sorry.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. It was a really good game. Chapter 2, The Adversary.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, so I said... deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Explore. Okay, no. But Dad, what am I doing here? She's going to kill me again. But I already slew the princess. Sure, she almost killed me. But I definitely got her. Why am I back here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
No, it is not our first time.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Okay.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Alright.
That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Explore. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing
Those are two
anything?
very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I did exactly what you said.
We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her.
Yeah, exactly.
And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Oh.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
We did kill her, though.
Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters.
Wait, so
I
do we
couldn't
have
agree.
3 voices
The
now?
cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Explore. Let's talk about the princess. Proceed to the cabin, turn around and leave.
Just be quick about it.
Alright. Oh, I have so many things I can choose. Alright, we killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't
Like I said,
happen
if she
again?
killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Okay, I'll try that this time. All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world? To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death? Who locked her in the basement?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Huh?
Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions?
Because I'm curious.
There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on.
Okay, so we have a hero voice, a stubborn voice, and the narrator.
Sure there is.
And my
it's
voice.
Wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
Who locked her in the basement? You're being cagey. What aren't you?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. What else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a
Alright,
rematch.
stubborn voice.
Exactly. The less you know about her, the better.
Now, it's very similar to the voices in my head. Alright.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Alright. If people locked her away, why wouldn't they slay her?
Look.
Good question.
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh,
Alright.
I didn't know we were special.
I'm feeling
Yeah,
pretty special.
I like the sound of that. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Alright, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
Yes.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Yes.
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Alright, proceed to the cabin. Already a little different.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Interesting, it's a different
See?
room and
Even the
stone.
cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright, explore. You didn't say anything about mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You already wasted so much time in the woods. Who even cares if there's a mirror?
I care about whether I'm being lied to. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome
I
I
care
am.
less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
Fair point.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
This whole cabin is different than the last
Very
time.
different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. The world is depending on you.
Approach the mirror. Yes.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement. It's a wall.
It's
Isn't
a wall.
much to see here.
It's a wall.
This really isn't funny.
It's kind of funny.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Yeah.
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Right. I'll take the knife.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Next time I won't grab the weapon. Alright, in we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Right.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Interesting.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
I do remember at the beginning He said to not
As you
listen
descend
to
the
it, to
final
not
step,
speak to
the
it.
form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Interesting.
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes!
Charge!
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
I'm gonna do something different. Okay, whoa, we have so many options. Turn around and leave without saying anything. I don't know what happened to you since the last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Turn and leave. Slay the princess. I haven't decided what I'm doing. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive. I'll try that one.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Oh, that was quite simple.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Oh, wonderful.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, fine. I believe you.
All right, fine. I
What?
believe you.
What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously.
Right.
You don't know. Whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Ah. Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. What you're talking about, I've never died. Don't worry, I'm going to do my job. You got me. Pretty much everything you just said is true.
I know. You and the princess have been talking about it.
Yes.
You don't have to be so snarky.
Alright. You look different. So, you remember me?
You look exactly the same.
Wonderful. So, you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
I know, but I'm actually here to free you. I haven't decided what I'm doing with you yet. Attack the princess, turn and leave. Turn around and leave. Okay, so I haven't decided. I'm actually here to free you. I haven't decided what
And
to
why
do
not?
with you.
You decided what to do with me quickly enough last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again? Maybe you're worried I'll put you down for good this time. If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
Explorer, I'm actually here to free you. Attack, step closer. Turn around and leave. I'm gonna try it. Here we go.
Blade held tight in your hand, you take a cautious step towards the princess. You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you. She's a lot bigger than I thought she was.
Why do you sound so scared? We can take her.
Well, what do you want? Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
Alright. Why do you want us to kill each other? Can't we just, I don't know, spar a little? Maybe there's a compromise where we can all get away with at the time. If all you want to do is fight me, does that mean you won't end the world?
The world?
Oh.
If there's a world, I haven't seen it. There's you, and there's me, and there's the ground beneath our feet.
Okay.
Why would I care about ending something I've never seen?
Why do you want us to kill
Why
each other?
wouldn't I want that? Why don't you want that? It felt good last time. It felt right. And it makes sense.
Can we just, I don't know, spar a little?
Sparring? That's just play fighting. It isn't real. What's real is when my flesh splits open. What's real is when you keep getting up until your legs can't hold you. What's real are the things we do to each other when the only options left are winning and dying. That is the only thing I'm interested in.
All right. Don't you want to be free? Why, or what happened after you died?
I woke up, didn't you?
I'm fair.
I like it. It's so cramped. Like the only way out of here is through each other.
Through each other. Or we could just walk single file out of here.
That's right, not everything has to be so violent.
Right.
That's pathetic. I would never do that, and I hate that you even suggested it.
Oh, did I piss you off? Alright. You don't have any wounds. You're different.
I know. You already told me.
You don't have any wounds. Doesn't any of this bother you? Don't you care about me?
Ugh. I care, okay? I guess I just care differently than you. When I saw you come back down here, I thought you would understand. I thought that we would want the same thing.
You just wanna...
But all you've done is ask me annoying little questions. It's like you don't even want to enjoy being alive.
I wish you could hear me right now. I want to enjoy being alive. I want to fight.
Alright. Well, fine. If you want to fight, I'll fight. Attack the princess.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. She's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through. Don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Bait an opening and outmaneuver. Strike at her heart.
You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
It's brutal.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
You don't.
Princess's
No.
arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping
Oh,
your
no.
skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, rises.
Oh.
Pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter.
Oof.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oof. Chapter 3, The Eye of the Needle.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive.
Oh.
We died because you didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive.
Interesting. It's changing the
Are you suggesting
voices.
luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here. And if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here, are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me.
Interesting. Oh, I have so many things. We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like her influence has poured out into the world. What if I don't agree with the plan? What if I'd rather do something else? Proceed to the cabin. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path. No last advice for us? No words of warning? What I gather, you've heard it all before.
Yep, yeah.
There's no use screaming in. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us. Something to chase.
Proceed into the cab.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight. More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
There's a mirror
The
again.
blade is your implement. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it!
Explore. Oh, you never mentioned the mirror. But there's no way forward. There's a mirror at the end. That damn mirror.
Maybe it'll go away again. For something to go away, it would have to be there to begin with. And let me assure you, there's no mirror here. The only thing at the end of the room is the door to the basement. No use arguing. Mirror or not, we need to be there. The why we pick doesn't matter. I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already. Worst comes to worst, we can smash it.
Alright, explore. I'm gonna try.
We can try to survive without our steel claw, but you've marked us as easy prey.
I know, but we've had that every
Step
time.
forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit, aren't you? The door's right there, it's right in front of you.
That's
This
a mirror.
really is just like last time. It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
Smash it. Wipe the mirror.
You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement, As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Alright, I think...
Why am I not surprised?
It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters.
I might just go aggressive.
Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her
said that
voice,
before.
bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her, rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
Explorer, if you want to fight, then how about you come and get one? I know you can't get out of there on your own. Sure you still want to fight, continue to the basement.
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her last time. There'll be nothing to her this time. We need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me.
Alright, continue to the basement.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember,
Alright.
every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face droops.
There you are. But this time you don't even have that little knife. Do you think this is a joke?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me to break those fragile bones again to remind you how serious this is?
She's bubbling, hot with rage. We can't get close if we want to live. But we'll be able to draw her out of here. She's hungry for us. I know I said this earlier, but I really have to stress how thin of a razor's edge you're on right now. We know the only way out is through the eye of the needle.
And we're going to win.
We'll need the steel claw. Grab it as we leave.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and
Yeah.
snap.
Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow!
Good.
Good.
You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
Steel claw, now.
Yeah, too late. Take the blade.
Without missing a step, you grab the blade from the altar.
So you do want to fight me? Good.
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your stomach hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the
Jeez,
cabin
she's
as the
huge.
princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me! Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head!
Do it! Be
Alright.
swift, strike true, be where she's not, let your body move you.
Alright. Are you sure you want to do this? You're free now. Explorer, you've fallen right into my trap. Slay the princess.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Charging me head on? Brave.
and foolish.
A massive
Her body
princess.
braces for impact, anticipating the clash. That's where you're both wrong. Left now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly.
Alright.
Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh.
Yeah.
It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we?
Well, now that he said it, no.
Just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
She's crazy.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going, we can't stop, now! You spy an opening. She's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing. These blows are nothing to us. But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happens?
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay, but you don't have the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go after her. The narrator is gone, I think.
All right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's mocking us. Let's just stay still.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Just to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. Thing looks a bit. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess. It is. Does that mean the world ended? It hasn't ended. We're still here.
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
Well,
I'm begging
last
you,
choice.
don't do this.
This is the only thing I could choose. Explore the mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Ah. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you! I'm creepy! You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Oh, you're at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Okay, attack the entity. I could. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights, what do you mean? What do you think I am? I don't know. I'm a person.
I think that you are like me. We
Makes
are
sense.
oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart.
She possessing
Do
people?
not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me
I
here?
have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the world's
I know only that they are.
Okay. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Fair. Are you the
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always a princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Let her out of here. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Are you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How many pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to
I
kill you?
have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished. Dry. Hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being cinematic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
I'm not going back. Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. bring the eye of the needle to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
Alright.
is a princess.
Well, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Did about 50 minutes of it. I'll definitely be coming back to this. I'm very curious to other options and other choices. We only pretty much just did aggressive, so I'm guessing there's gonna be a lot of different endings. But it was a lot of fun. I think I'll definitely play a few more episodes of it. If y'all enjoy it, leave a comment and like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'll catch y'all on the next one.